What's happening, people? Welcome to another stream. Hope you all doing well. This is the Game Week 18 deadline stream, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining me on this lovely Boxing Day. I think it's a Thursday. I've completely lost my days, if I'm being honest. As you can see, the Christmas. I'm wearing all the Christmas shenanigans on me. Yeah, it was a long day yesterday, but we're here. We're here. Even after stuffing ourselves and all them good stuff, me a bit of a headache. But yeah, I figured I should just come here and talk about all the things FPL and Premier League. So I'm gonna just quickly share my screen. Hopefully I'm full. And yeah, we can begin. Timestamp for the benefit of those who are gonna be watching this back. It's 12:41, 26th of December, 2024, 19 minutes before the deadline, ladies and gentlemen. I actually do have a couple of dilemmas, but yeah, I have 19 minutes to see what I can do. The question is simple, as you can see on the title. Who are the best SAKA replacements? I have no idea. But for me, the good thing is that at least I have the wild card, or my first wild card. I haven't played just yet, so it is good for me to just have a 1 week punt, without further ado, we can just go through my game week 17 team. It was a disappointing week for me. I know when you see 75, you think that's a good score, but compared to other managers, 75 was just not good. But yeah, not that bad as well. Henderson, as always, poor performance, but he was playing Arsenal, conceded 5 goals, no save points. So yeah, that's a 2-pointer for a 0-pointer for him. I'll take a 2 points at this point in time. Gabriel with the assist, disappointed. Also hit the bar in the first half, I think, from an Odegaard corner just after Bukayo Saka left the pitch. So yeah, that's just like almost 12 points if that goes in. Martinez, I don't know why I was even playing him 1 point. Like, my United bias, man. Like, I need to stop this. This is what brings me down. Every season, I start with the United players. They disappoint me, and I get away from them, and then I actually do well. So now I bought them back again, and yeah, poor. Then Virgil, another 1-pointer. This is his second week in the team for me. He got 1 point against Fulham, but they had already gotten a red card by then, so there was not much to expect from him. Then in midfield, Amad Diallo, poor transfer from me. I sold Rogers, so that's a 12 points different. Had I done nothing, I would be 12 points up, 87 points, and I'll be laughing my way through to the bank. But yeah, what can I do? I tried to attack the fixture. Thought United was a good fixture. Who did we play actually? Yes. Who did we play? Oh, we played Bournemouth. We lost 3-0. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. And then Odegaard, a massive disappointment. He's blanked every single time I've had him. I can't wait to get rid of him. This is last week. Like I said, I have the wild card at least. So I'll be selling him straight away today. After the deadline, I'm actually activating my wild card right away, because this is the last week to play wild card, ladies and gentlemen. If you still have your wild card, make sure that you either play it now or you play after this game week. By Sunday deadline, you can't play it. If you play it, that will be a second wild card, and your first wild card wouldn't be used. So yeah, that's why I have that dilemma of selling Saka to anybody I want just for 1 week. Yeah, but we'll get into that when we look ahead of the Game Week 18 team. Palmer blanked, but yeah, the blank doesn't even count. He's over 100% EO. So it's between him and Salah. They are beyond 100% EO. So if I didn't captain the one, I don't want the other to do well. So it was a good outcome, because Palmer's points mean nothing to me. Yeah, he's over 100% EO. I actually drop in rankings every time he does well. That's like Mo Salah as well, because his EO is over 150, 170. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. I'll actually show you what I'm talking about. I can actually go to a website called Live FPL Rank, and I will show you how you guys can actually see your current game week score even during the game week. You don't have to wait for FPL to update, because we know that their servers and whoever's developing the system is just, yeah. I don't understand that a game that has over 10 million people, they can't adjust easily. Like, who's coding this thing? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Because even with the Liverpool and Everton game, after it got postponed, the logic is to push the deadline to at least 3:30, because then the first game is at 5 o'clock. But they couldn't even do that. So what can we say? I'm gonna show you what I mean then. Just give me a second. I'm just wanting to change screen to show you the live FPL rank, which I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, you just livefpl.net. That's where it will take you to this page. Hopefully, y'all can actually see what I'm talking about. And then you see by change ID, you can enter your team ID. The way to see this is if you're using like, what's this? Your laptop, or yeah, your laptop, or not your mobile device, you can actually just see it on the URL, but by the teams on your URL. That's how you see your team ID. It's basically the number of person you were registered as, like, since the game went live, beginning of the season in July, I think. So I was like the 3,219th person. You see, if you can see here, I'm actually showing you guys. I'm actually not showing you guys the right screen. Okay, yeah, you see here by the URL. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. It doesn't look like you can, but by the URL, basically, you'll see a number. Mine is 3219. I take that number 3219 and I just simply go to live FPL. That's where I can, if I put 3219 here and change the ID, it will take you to my team. Even you can do it. I can search anyone's live FPL rank. Even my friends want to see how they are getting on even during the game week. So this is the website, live FPL. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm still live, because as you know, by now we always have headers, but yeah, looks good. So this is, it shows you the effective ownership. Like, that's more telling of how you are doing compared to looking at the overall ownership on the game, because this tells you about engaged managers who make transfers. So Dean Henderson is only 4% amongst the top 10,000 managers. Then the green part is the ones around you. So he's only 6.4%. So every time he does well, it's basically a 6%. So I get like a 94% jump. This is just a good website. I think it's done by a Recapolic. Yeah, he coded this, so I think this is good actually. You can even see here Cole Palmer, as I was telling you, he's over 100. So if it's over 100, you don't get any points. Like, you actually lose points if that player does well. It depends to be below 100 for you to actually gain ranking on them. So as you can see, Salah, even after captaining him, he's only 171. So basically, I'm just getting that 0.29 when he does well. You see, Odegaard 2%. That is a big differential. SAKA 80%. He does not do that much for me. So it was just having him to protect my ranking. So the players that actually can do well for me are players like Isak, 46% around me. Strand Larsen, a massive disappointment, but his effective ownership is very good for me to gain ranks. As you can see, my highest performer last week was Isak. He gained me like 9.9 position per points, I think. Then the flop was Henderson. I got more ranking head from Cunha. He's the one person that I don't own that did well, that killed my ranking the most. But that means that, he should be suspended by now. I don't know why. So I'm a bit frustrated. My all ranking was 344,000. I've only just went down 15%. So I went down almost to 400,000. And this is the safety score. This just shows you that this is the score you need to get a green arrow. So I needed 6 more points. Had I actually played Lewis Hall and instead of Martinez, that's 7 points. That's 6 points difference. I'm on 81 by then. And now I'm on a green arrow. So it's fine margins. I benched 9 points. I'm 9 points behind the 300,000 mark, and I'm 85 points behind the main aim, getting into the top 10,000. Ever since I've started playing this game, I've never touched a top 10,000. That's my goal this season, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, you can look at this app. It's very good. Yeah, I'll just leave the link on the description after the streaming. And now I can go back and actually share my FPL page so that we can get on with my before its deadline. Because I'll have more dilemmas even after that since I'm playing the World Cup. So yeah, that's my team. Isak, ever since I got him in with Salah in game week 10, I think, when I sold Haaland and Brennan Johnson, it's been great. I bought him at 8.5, he's now 9 million. But now his effective ownership is going higher and higher. So every time it does well, it does not matter anymore. So that differential is being killed a bit. I benched Lewis Hall. Yeah, it was just an amateur move from me. So yeah, let's just move on from game week 17. The quicker, the better. Game week 18 team is here. Henderson in goal, possibly his last week. Funny enough is that after this week, the fixtures are actually so good. So is it worth me keeping him on wildcard? We'll discuss that ahead of the game week 19 deadline. Gabriel plays, Lewis Hall plays, Van Dijk plays. So my defenders, except keeper, are all at home. So yeah, I'm loving that. SAKA, I'm gonna sell him in the next 7 minutes. Then you got Kopama, Odegaard, Salah captain, Amagialo. Yeah, I shouldn't have sold Rodgers. I'm regretting having United picks, man. This United loving needs to stop. I've always said already, now I'm pessimistic United fan. I'm not buying this nonsense that, oh, we have Amaren now, we're going to do well. Oh, we have Bruno. Oh, we have this. We are just rubbish, mate. Yeah, we are rubbish, bro. Like things aren't going our way on and off the pitch, man. Old Trafford roof has been leaking for the past 5 years. Even the press conference room is leaking from. If you could see the face of Ruben Amorim was filled with embarrassment, mate. We have a lot of rats at Manchester United. Like the ratings, even Ineos have cut prices of stewards. Apparently, they were paying them £100 Christmas gift. They've halved it to £50. They've sacked almost 200 employees. We are a mess, absolute mess. Then forward, João Pedro, he's done almost nothing for me since I've had him. But I think, yeah, I'll keep him. He's on penalties. He plays for a good team. He's 5.5. That's why I got him at, even though he dropped price overnight. But yeah, I'm gonna keep him. I think even on wildcard, possibly might leave. We'll see how he does. Isak will be there on my wildcard as well. I can't wait to get rid of Strand Larsen. I can't wait to get rid of Martinez. Yeah. So transfer dilemmas, guys. Who should I replace Saka with? It's only for 1 week. I can easily go to an Arsenal attacker, maybe get Martinelli, maybe go for a City attacker. They're playing Everton. Actually, we should have a bit of leaks surely on X to see if there are any early team news for Man City. But the official team news will be out in 20 minutes. I'll be live by then. So give me a second. I just want to see if there are any Man City leaks before I make a decision. Maybe I might get a Foden or De Bruyne, but I don't trust City anymore, man. I don't know if, or maybe my heart just tells me get Jota. 1 week punt, home to Leicester, the worst team in the league defensively. Like, just get Diego Jota. But let's see. I'm trying to see if there are any early team news. Maybe if there are early City team news, I might change my mind and actually go for like a De Bruyne or Phil Foden, but I'm not seeing anything. So if I don't see nothing, I will just take with the original plan for me. Get Diogo Jota for a 1 week punt. I think it starts today because Luis Diaz, as always, has played a lot of games recently. So is Gakpo. So yeah, I expect Jota to play. I'll be shocked if Diego Jota doesn't play. I'll be absolutely gobsmacked if I'm being honest. But I don't see no updated team news. It has to be said that for the past 2 weeks in general, we haven't gotten a lot of team leaks anymore. We actually did, but with that United uh, incident before ahead of the Manchester derby, where the United team was out the day before. Like, yeah, let me just make my transfer. It's 2 minutes, over 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes until the deadline. So let's get this done. Let me just bring in Jota for the 1 week ahead of my wild card. He comes into the team, Diego. Hopefully, he can pay off with that 1 week punt. There is my team fully locked in. Dean Henderson, Gabriel Mangales, Lewis Hall, Virgil van Dijk, Diogo Jota, Kopama, Martin Odegaard, Mo Salah, Amad Diallo, João Pedro, and Alexander Isak. Those are the soldiers for me. I only have two players playing away, Ahmad and Henderson. Some might say I might actually play Strand Larsen ahead of Ahmad, but surely we can get some. I don't know, mate. We'll actually talk about United because I have a lot to say about this teammate. I have a lot to say. And I know that some of the things will sound crazy, but yeah, I'm a fan. Maybe I'm emotional. I'm allowed to be, but yeah, I feel like I need to take this. It's a bit of a therapy, me sitting here and speaking about this. At least I get to take it off my chest. You see. So okay, there's 2 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. We can go ahead and predict our teams in the time being. First fixture, we actually have good fixtures today, so it will just be me in front of the TV and a bit of a drink while I kill yesterday's Barbalas, and then we go again. I'm gonna be watching the City game, 5 o'clock fixtures. Then I'm gonna watching the Wolves beat United at 7:30, and then the Liverpool game. And I have three Liverpool against Leicester at home. Hopefully they all start. Virgil, Jota, Mo Salah. Come on, boys. Come on. Let me actually give Jota my vice captain. Yeah. Man City, Everton. Yeah. City. Like we always think that City will bounce back because that's what they always do, especially at this time of the year when it's end of December, leading up to Jan, Feb. That's where City win at least like 13 of their next 14 or win like 15 in a row. I don't see that anymore. Simply because games are won and lost in the midfield. If you're a United fan, you know that we've been crying out for midfielders season after season. And City have lost not only their best player, the best player in the league, by a country distance in Rodri. I've said it. He is like, it's Rodri FC, mate. It's Rodri FC when Man City play. Without him, they lack the composure, and not only that, they also lack legs in the middle, mate. Gundogan is like 80 something at this point in time. Kovacic, he's a decent guy, but even Chelsea sold him for a reason. He can play in a two, but him playing in that single pivot where Rodri plays alone, I think is a recipe for disaster. So that's what City lack. If you lack confidence and you lack legs, like it's a recipe for disaster. I see that with Manchester United throughout the years. They just look like they can be got at. And with Haaland, okay, Haaland's been scoring crazy amounts of goals. He's the best striker in the league. But in terms of pressing, he does not press. So if you have Haaland up there and you also have players like De Bruyne in midfield, who's one of the greatest in the Premier League to play, but the legs are gone now. They just don't have no legs in midfield, mate. Like, I saw it coming with Morgan Rogers that he's just going to run through the middle. Like, if you have a ball-carrying midfielder who can just run through the middle, they can just piece City apart, mate. So transfer window opens in less than a week. I'll be shocked if City haven't lined up anyone to right away. Nobody can replace Rodri, but they need something in midfield, mate. Like, their season is falling apart, and it couldn't happen to a nicer club. I should say it couldn't happen to a nicer man in Pep Guardiola, the guy who always praises every opponent, telling us, oh, he's world class. He told us, oh, Solskjaer is going to take United. Oh, Ten Hag is the guy. Oh, this guy, Bruno's the best midfielder in the league. Like, shut up, mate. Yeah? Now you can say all those things and we know that you don't mean it. It couldn't happen to a nicer man. Like, I'm so happy. The guy's beating himself up. You know, it couldn't happen to a nicer team. I can't lie. Long may it continue. Long may it continue for City. But Everton are like, they are the best fixture for them to get something. Like, if they can't beat Everton even convincingly today, then I think some of the City fans can start turning on Pep. I think they will. Like, honestly, because yeah, man, they are just so predictable, so slow. I'm happy I'm seeing that, but from a perspective of a City team, yeah, and they don't have a lot of injuries as they lead on us. Who's injured? Okay, Rodri out for the season. Oscar Bob has been out since the start of the season. Who else is out? Ruben Diaz. But they have like 18 center backs, right? That shouldn't have an issue with them losing those three players. So they're just not. They've also lost the hunger, man. Because winning it 4 in a row, nobody has done it. So just trying to motivate the same people season after season to tell them to want what they've already gotten is hard. But it also puts into perspective that Sir Alex won 6 of the 7 in, I think it was 98 till 2003, right? And Arsenal won 1 of them. I think it was 0-1. So you can't discredit the guy, mate. You can't compare Sir Alex and Pep Guardiola. It's simple as that. Now Pep Guardiola can't win anything without Rodri. He can't do that. We also lost key players back in the day. Roy Keane was out with an ACL, I believe, once in a season. So you can't say you lose one player and your cards crumble. If your system relies on one player, then the system is basically in the mud. It's in the mud, man. Like, yeah, it's a long day for City, or long season rather, one should say. It's a long season for this lot. And yeah, I'm so happy, man. But their fixtures now are kind of good, at least in the short term, because they play Leicester on Sunday. I think I will have a few City people on my wildcard, but we'll see. As for Haaland, guys, if you have Erling Haaland, you sell, man. Like, I don't care about the fixtures. He's just too much expensive, and you won't captain him a lot, especially when Salah's there. So what's the point of having a 14.8 million player that you won't captain, that can be matched by players who are half his prices like Isak? So for me, a Haaland is a reluctant sell if you have, because if you kept for this long, you want to keep for long enough to see you bearing the fruit of his labor by getting When last did he actually get double-figure points, man? It's peak for Haaland as well. Like, yeah, since he said, "Be humble, huh?" to Arsenal players. Yeah, man, it's been a long day for them. Then Everton, I think they kept, how many clean sheets have Everton kept? They've kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the last 5 games, Everton, in the last 6 games, they've kept 5 clean sheets. We saw this last season with Everton. They have these periods where Sean Dyche just is stingy, mate. I know it's festive period, it's a giving season, but they're just stingy. They can just park the bus, have no shots on target, and stink out the gaff. That's how Everton roll at times. So since I've sold Mikalenko for, I think I sold him for Lewis Hall though. So it's not been a bad transfer, to be honest. If I sold him for Martinez, then it would be long days. So Martinez is just a waste of transfer, man. Like, speaking of, like, we'll talk about him even. I've been his biggest advocate. Oh, Alessandro Martinez, I fell into this trap, Butcher. He's rubbish, mate. He's rubbish. Like, we are going nowhere fast with a 5'7" center half playing. Like, you need big man, fam. All the good teams have 6'7" center halves. Ibu Kunate, Virgil van Dijk, Gabriel Mangales, Saliba. Like, those are big boys, mate. We need big boys now. Like, this thing of having a 5'7" center half who wants to flick the ball against Spurs. Oh, the guy got me so mad. Like, nah, mate. Now this Butcher nonsense must fall. Like, it's rubbish. Like, I'm tired, mate. I'm just tired. Ugh, I'm tired about United, guys. As you guys can see. Predictions for this one: surely City win. I think they win 3-1. I'll give Everton a corner kick goal because, yeah, surely they can get something from that City defense. Then the 5 o'clock fixtures: Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace. Yeah, Bournemouth are an incredibly good team, guys. When they played United, United were the favorites, but what's the evidence to say United are the favorites? United were 13th coming into the game. Bournemouth was 6th. So it looked like it. It looked like a team was 13 and a team against 6th, mate. Like, credit Andani Ariola, the job he has done at Bournemouth has been incredible, mate. Because I think he didn't won a game in his first 10 games last season. He was on the verge of being sacked. And the fixtures turned. After that, he's never looked back, mate. This is the guy who actually sold his best player, Dominic Solanke, brought in Evanson, and he's doing well, even better than Spurs, the team that Solanke left Bournemouth for. They're just a good team, mates. They play 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1. I like their midfield there. They have the likes of Ryan Christie, Adam, even what's his name? Taylor Adams. Yeah, that's a good pivot there. Justin Kluivert looking like he's playing good now. They have Semenyo on the right-hand side, good player as well. Takes a lot of shots. Yeah, for me, like too many shots, and doesn't. Sometimes he needs to finesse the ball. He likes to always go through the ball, man. Sometimes, like he scored at Old Trafford, sometimes you need to just pass it into the net, and it will go in. He has Evan Nelson up top. They are very good counter-pressing team. They're just a very, very well-drilled teammate. They're like a Fulham, a very, very good team, better than United. And to come think of it, the amount of players we have that we overpay for, mate. We have the most overrated players in the whole world, in the whole wide world, mate. But we'll get there. Crystal Palace, they've been doing well until last week when the cards just crumbled. Okay, Eze was not playing, but for them to lose like 5-2 at home to Arsenal, it is not a good showing on them because they have good defenders, man. They have Lacroix, they have Chris Richards came in for Trevor Chalobah, but they also have a Gay who was wanted by Newcastle for over 50 million. Wingbacks in Munoz, Munoz was suspended, and Tyrell Mitchell. Those are just good Premier League players. Mateta up front, very good pedigree, especially after last season or second half of the season. I think he scored the second most goals behind Haaland and possibly Salah now, I think, because Salah's been scoring it all the time. Surely now, since Glasner took over Crystal Palace. So yeah, they have a good team, but they haven't been too consistent. But it's not a shame losing to Arsenal. They can do that to anyone on any given week. Predictions for this: whenever Bournemouth, they're a bit like Brighton. Whenever they're expected to win a game like this, they find a way not to. So I will go with the shock result and say 2-1 Palace. I just want to be a bit different there. Chelsea, Fulham. Yeah, we saw last week why Chelsea can win the title. For me, I thought it's the defense. So if they kept a clean sheet, you'd think the defense did well. It's up to those caviar players like Cole Palmer, even Jadon Sancho, Noni Madueke, and the likes to do well, and Jackson. But for them to get a 0-0 at Everton it's not bad for a team that we think or we thought at the start of the season wouldn't be nowhere near the top four, especially for most people. I predict them to finish fourth. I thought with their quality of their players, they will rise. But credit to them, they've been so consistent. Drawing to Everton away is no shame, but if you're going to win the title, especially with Liverpool winning almost every game, you need to win those games, mate. Like, you just need to win it. Because Liverpool also have a game in hand. Chelsea at the time had the opportunity to go top of the table, even if it was for a few hours. Psychologically, that gives you confidence as a player that we actually in this. We might do this, you know. But yeah, as Jose would say, they are a small horse or a pony in a horse race. So I think they'll finish third. I still somehow tip Arsenal to win it. Maybe because I want them to. Okay, I don't want them to, but like Liverpool, man, Liverpool can win this. If Liverpool win this, it's as simple as Liverpool will be the biggest club in England and the best club in England. Even me as a United fan would not argue that. I can't argue that. They would have won 20 titles, as many as us, and they would have won 2 times many European titles than us, which they have 6. How can you argue that you're the biggest team in the land, yet you don't have the most leagues in the land and you don't have the most European titles? So if Liverpool win this, for me, I will surrender and say they're the biggest and best club in England. It's sad to say, but it's looking like it. You can't call yourself big club at Man United, yet you haven't finished top 2, I think, since Ferguson left. I think we did finish second, but that second in the COVID season doesn't count for me, man. That COVID season was it was a write-off, mate. That's where our fan base got mad with Bruno, after seeing him score like 15 penalties. That's where he got his legendary status. Those things don't count, mate. As soon as the fans got into the pitch, the stands, we crumbled again. So yeah, it is what it is. Fulham, very good team. Somehow they found a way not to beat Southampton. So that's why these teams are who they are. They can do well against the big teams, and when they're supposed to do well at home against Southampton, they do what they did. But Fulham are a good team. We did watch them against Liverpool. Even before Liverpool getting a red card, I thought Fulham were excellent. They're just also like a Bournemouth, just a good top half Premier League team, man. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Fulham gets something in this game. But Chelsea at home needs to win this if they're going to even threaten anything of a title. So my prediction would be 2-1 Chelsea. Surely they'll have a bit more for Fulham. Then Newcastle, Aston Villa. Newcastle have been doing well recently, but they've played 2 of the worst teams in the league in terms of Ipswich and Leicester. So let's see where they are when they play like a Villa team. But yeah, they're doing well as well because they've changed it up a bit. I think they're playing Sandro Tonali as the 6th there, behind what's his name, Bruno Guimaraes, and Joelinton as the 2 8s behind the 6, and they brought Jacob Murphy on the right hand side. I think that brings more balance, so to speak, for me, because yeah, when you play Anthony Gordon and Harvey Barnes, they are both left wingers who prefer to play on the left. So you take one to the right, it's basically null and void. So Jacob Murphy, defensively resolute, can actually go to the bar line and whip the ball across the face of goal, which I love in a winger. I think that's one of the most underrated things. That's why I rate a player like Ryan Giggs. I think is the greatest United player of all time, because he used to do that week in, week out, mate. Run to the park, to the white line, cross the ball across the face of goal, mate. Even if your player doesn't touch it, it's a corridor of uncertainty. It can be an on goal, mate. Like wingers these days are so predictable. The one to cut in, for me, it's harder. It's easier to defend when someone cuts in because you push him into the crowd. Once they run to the bar line and whip it, honestly, mate, it's even hard for the goalkeeper because they're undecided. Do I come for that? The defender, as soon as I touch it, on goal, corner, or ricochet there, then the attacking team can get the second phase of play. So, yeah, that's why I think Newcastle are doing well now with Jacob Murphy, but we'll see how they pan out against Villa. Villa have not been good, but they were playing City. It looks like everyone who plays City plays well, so we can't judge them, just like we shouldn't have judged United beating City. I think everyone beats City these days. So let's see how Villa are. But they played well in the 2-0. It could have been even more. It didn't look like City would get anything or a goal even until Luca Digne decided to gift Phil Foden with the goal there. So with this one, I'm expecting actually a very, very exciting game. I'll say 2-2. I just think there's goals in there for Isak and the likes. It's over quarter past 1. So the early kickoff fixtures should be teams should be out already. So I'm gonna quickly see if what the Man City team is, and I can share with you guys. Not that it matters. Doesn't look like a lot of people have City players anymore, but we will share this. Okay, the lineup is out for Saturday. Foden starts. Had I bought Foden, he would. De Bruyne is still on the bench. Wow, he's carrying something surely. Like yeah, these downfalls are sensational, mate. Sensational. The De Bruyne, like you love to see it, mate. You honestly love to see it. I love to see it. Love to see players like De Bruyne in them. They've been punishing us week after week for the past few years, so it couldn't happen to a nicer bunch, honestly. Okay, the City team news. Ortega starts. I think now, even Edison is not on the bench. Nah, Edison is leaving, guys. I wouldn't be shocked if he leaves in Jan. Ortega, Rico Lewis, Akanji, Ake, and Vardiol. If there's a player I might pick on my wildcard, is Vardiol, especially when he plays left back. He's basically playing as a left wing, mate. He's basically playing as a left wing. So, yeah, man, the guy, his goal threat is incredible. Then in midfield, Kovacic again in that single pivot that I always spoke about. Foden and Bernardo are the 2 10s. Actually, maybe I could have went for Foden, I think he has goals in this. Then they have Savinho and Doku in the wings behind the big man, Erling Haaland. Stay humble, huh? Stay humble, huh? Then on the bench, Scott Carson, Brett, I don't know who that is. De Bruyne, Gundo, Samson, Buse. Then they got Mubama, Alain, O'Reilly, McCarthy. Yeah, no, mate. Nobody can speak anything about injuries. We had injuries the whole of last year. They didn't want to listen to us. Like Pep Guardiola was playing a B team United team. He couldn't feel sorry for us. Why are we feeling sorry for him? Just like Arsenal, the whole season last year, they never had an injury except for Uran Timber. So now we don't want to be hearing excuses that Saka's out for the next 2 to 3 months. Let's see what the Spanish Tony Pulis can do now. That half of his set piece threat is done. Let's see. Then Toffees. I don't think a lot of people have Everton players, and if they do, I don't think they're playing them, but we can go through their team as well. Jordan Pickford, Seamus Coleman comes in because Ashley Young got his 5th accumulation of yellow cards, so he's suspended for this one. James Tarkovsky, Jared Branthwaite, Vitaly Makilenko. That's the back four. They got Mangala and Ghana Gay and Decore as the three in midfield. Then on the left, they will have Ndeye, then Jack Harrison on the right with Calvert-Lewin leading the line. Then in goalkeeper, they have Virginia, Patterson, Michael Keane, Beto O'Brien, Chemiti. I think Chemiti comes back into the squad. He's been out for a long time. So is Almanda Broya, who was back the game before, but last week could not play his parent club in Chelsea. Then they have Lundstrom and Armstrong on the bench. That's the Everton team news, ladies and gentlemen. I have no players in this fixtures, so I'll be watching the match. But yeah, I'll just be rooting for Chelsea to not Chelsea, man, for Everton to win. Honestly, I'll take a 2-3-0 Everton win. You know, Guardiola in the mud, mate. Let the guy beat himself up, mate. Let him beat himself up. Honestly, sensational. Couldn't happen to a nicer bloke. Honestly, I'm loving it, mate. Seeing City in the mud, loving it. Absolutely loving it. Okay, Forest versus Spurs. Yeah, man, Forest, good season as well. I'm beginning to think they will actually make the top six, man. Because teams behind them aren't consistent enough. United, Spurs, injuries. And yeah, man, surely they do, mate. They just have a good team. They were actually playing a back three last week. They were playing a back three. They normally, and it was the first time. I'm asking myself, why do they change to a back three while the back four has been doing well with Ola Ainia? They like to play Morillo and Mikalenko as the center halves, and the left back is the one that they always change between Moreno and what's that guy's name, mate? The guy from Liverpool. Who's that left wing back from Wales? I'll tell you just now. Just completely lost my mind. Oh, Nico Williams. Yes, Nico Williams. That's the one. So, and last week they were playing a double pivot of Henderson and Gibbs White. I thought that's weak in midfield, having Elliot Anderson and Gibbs White in as the two pivots, because they're playing a back three with the wing backs, as I've said, and in front they were playing Elanga, Christopher Wood, as well as what's the guy from Chelsea, Callum Hudson-Odoi. So maybe they were just trying to counter-attack Brentford, who have been the best home side in the league this season. They were averaging like 4 goals a home game. Yeah, so Nuno did well changing the formation. I think he'll go back to a back four today. And yeah, Spurs, you don't know what to find. You don't know what to expect with Spurs. They can easily win this game 4-0 or lose it 4-0. So I don't know. I don't even know what Spurs are anymore. Are they a home or an away team? You have to ask yourself that question. Are they a home or an away team? But I think they're an away team. So I wouldn't be shocked for them to win this football match. But yeah, man, if you're gonna play almost as many games as they have with an 18-year-old midfielder who's playing a centre back, who's done well actually. He's playing better than Raghu Dragusin. Him, what's the kid's name? Hey, yeah, no, it just shows that yesterday was Christmas, guys. I'm completely losing this player's name. Archie Gray, man. Yeah, that's who. Archie Gray is playing alongside Raghu Dragusin as the centre half. Liverpool were always going to score 6 goals, guys. Even when we played them, I saw them. They're missing 2 of their centre halves and their left back in Destiny Udogie. Their first choice goalkeeper, for me, the most important player at Spurs is their goalkeeper, because the way Ange believes in how to play from the back, it's important for him. So to have a refrigerator there at the back, Grandpa Foster, like he literally has 2 left legs. Like honestly, even my days, I don't want to insult the guy, but I could pass it better than him 20 times better. Like honestly. So he's not a bad shot stopper, but these days, as you need to be as good with your feet as you are with your hands. And if you nod with either, you're of no use. As we can see with United, Onana is decent on his feet and his hands. He leaves a lot to be desired. So yeah, Forest at home, City ground, Boxing Day. They have an opportunity to stay in the top four. I think Forest win this quite comprehensively, and I'll say 2-0. 2-0 to the Forest. Then last 5 o'clock fixture, Southampton versus West Ham. That was a good draw for the Southampton new manager, right? Away to Fulham, 0-0 after getting pummeled by Liverpool. Not by Liverpool, by Spurs, actually, the week before when it was like 5-0. So, yeah, defended well. I didn't even see the highlights for that, so I can't speak much on that. But West Ham, who did West Ham play last week? I think West Ham, who are they playing? Yeah. This is what you get when you come here and you freestyle. No research, no nothing. But yeah, that's the beauty. I don't want to be reading or researching. I want to speak from what I saw and what I believe is right from my perspective, right? I can only just give that. They drew to Brighton. It's not a bad result. Brighton scored because of a Fabianski mistake. I was actually watching that game, hoping that what's his name, João Pedro would get me some points and done nothing. A draw was a fair result, but I think it's a must-win for Lopetegui, especially his next fixture is at home to Liverpool and Man City. So if he can get a W here, he will even come and buy more time for himself. I expect goals in this. I actually expect it to be 1-1 again. Yeah, I expect it to be 1-1. Then the penultimate fixture of today will be at Monelu. Is it Molineux? Yeah, Molineux. I don't know what I said there. Wolves taking on Manchester United. Ryan and Nori will be back in the team. He was suspended. Matheus Cunha should be suspended by now. He basically assaulted one of the West Ham, I think. Was it West Ham? No, Ipswich backroom staff took the glasses off. I think it broke them. I'm expecting him to get a minimum of 5-6 suspension. I would have liked him to be suspended today because he's an incredible player who's getting all the bonus points every time he scores because he's so creative in that Wolves team. I expect him to be gone by the end of the season. He's just having an incredible season. He's actually injury prone, but this season he hasn't been. So the team that buys him should do a research because Johnny sitting on my table, on my chair here, telling you that he's injury prone. Just like we knew that Mason Mount is injury prone. Yet United don't have the research to buy him, to know that. They wanted to pay 60 million with 1 year left. Like this club, man. Let's speak about United, guys. I have a lot to speak about it in terms of Manchester United, guys. Yeah, we have a lot going on. We are, for me, in terms of our fan base, we are like Arsenal, most deluded fan base to begin with, mate. Like that's why I can't stand a lot of these United accounts on Twitter. But what can we do? It's just the algorithm will just take you to them, and you see all this propaganda being pushed. Now that Ruben Amorim is he's just exiling Marcus Rashford. You'll see all these account posting. Marcus, great player. The guy had only one good season, guys. One good season. And most of these goals, I take nothing away from them, were in the Carabao Cup. They were in the Europa League. Okay, they say, 30 goals a season? It was 17 Premier League goals. Solanke scored 17 Premier League goals last year. Like, where's the fuss about that? Isak scored 20. Now he gets all this loving. Marcus Rashford should have left Manchester United past 2-3 years. He's been nothing but embarrassing, mate. Our highest paid player, over 350k. For someone, for me, who have said for the past few years, he's not even Premier League quality, mate. I don't want to hear all this rubbish. The guy can't beat a man. He puts his head down, runs into blind alleys. Now that he's going, all this loving. He needs to go just like most of the squad. Not more so than Bruno Fernandes, mate. I can't lie, mate. I can't stand that guy, mate. I can't stand the guy. Like, honestly, I can't wait for the day the guy leaves the club, mate. I hope nothing bad on the guy, but he's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. And the loving he gets, mate, like, it just gets onto my tits. I can't lie. Like, the guy can't do nothing. Even Amaran, I'm happy that he did with that with Rashford, because Rashford was the biggest, like, person that needed to leave this club. I'm happy he's gone. He's gone, mate. Marcus Rashford, I don't think will ever play for Man United again. Maybe he might be in the squad today. Who knows? But I think he's gone. And I think Bruno should go as well. Because you know why? If he's not good enough for the 10, we bring him into the midfield. To do what? He can't run. He can't run. He can't run with the ball. His ball carrying ability is rubbish. He can't get past the man with the ball. Like, just carry the ball and run with it 10 meters. If you watch, I know that that's not his strength. But if you watch like a Morgan Rogers, like someone who can carry the ball, relieve pressure, win fouls, we want those things, simple things. We don't want worldies, mate. You score one worldie in 10 games. That does nothing, because the past 9.5 games, you were losing the ball recklessly, carelessly. In terms of us defending set piece, as much as we can give leeway to Amarin, it's embarrassing the way we concede set piece. Every time we concede a corner, I'm biting my nails, fam. I'm on the edge, thinking that we'll concede a set piece. We're rubbish. And as for us taking corners, Bruno Fernandes, get that guy off the set piece, mate. The guy hasn't beaten a man, his first man in a corner for as long as I can remember, man. His corners are so bad. His set pieces are so terrible, mate. They are embarrassingly terrible. He's taken them for the past 5 years, and nobody has the corners to get that guy off there. It says a lot about the squad, mate. It says a lot about the squad that nobody has the corners to get the guy off the set piece. I know Ahmad took a set piece against Spurs. Hopefully he can take over from that guy, mate. I can't stand the guy, mate. I have a lot to say. I just don't want to be like, sounding like I'm hatred, and like, I just despise, mate, the way he plays football. It's just simple as that. Biggest problem, him and Rashford. I've said this. If we're going to make these guys, we've chased everyone. We chased Fred, McTominay, Veghorst, all these guys. Common denominator, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford. One of them is dead now. Now let's get the other one out, fam. Get him out of the team, bruv. Doesn't matter if the guy scores. He will score a long range because he takes 15 shots. The other time he could have easily passed it to the winger, get into the box, cross the ball, try to score from there. There's more chances of you scoring from there than trying to shoot from 40 yards 6 times a game. Like, for me, that's not good. For someone, it might be good. Bruno, for a fan base. Gets a penalty, scores in the derby. I mean, somebody can score that penalty if you're not there. We are doing bad. Our worst ever season is led by Bruno Fernandes as the captain at Manchester United last season. This is gonna be our worst ever again. I don't see us finishing above 8th. So he would have captained us to the worst ever seasons in the Premier League history. Says a lot about the man. I don't care what people think. For me, the guy is an absolute scrub, mate. Speaking of Ineos, yeah, man. Not as much as we wanted to lose the Glazers, these guys are as bad as the Glazers, mate. The fact that they went to bed with the Glazers should tell you a lot. If you love the club, you could have bought the club full sale. No 40%. These are the same people that chased Dan Ashworth from Newcastle. They chased him for like 6-7 months. Said Jim was going on national TV. It's pretty embarrassing for Newcastle to want 10 million for him. We want the best in class. 3 months later, he spent more time on gardening leave than he did as a Man United director of football. He's never basically bought anyone because we brought him in at the end of the transfer window. He's gone by Christmas. He's already gone by Christmas. It's shambles, mate. It's shambles. Old Trafford roof leaking. It's embarrassing. It really is. Nothing is more embarrassing than that, man. The stadium. Of all the things that I want United to do is get a new stadium, fam. Stop trying to polish a turd. Like, you can't polish turd, fam. Turd is turd. Get rid of Old Trafford, mate. Get a new stadium. Start from there. Like, look at Spurs Stadium. Like, I know they're not winning anything. They are Spurs. But in order to get the best talents, they want to play in good place stadiums, mate. Not sitting in a press conference room, then you just see the roof dripping there. It's just embarrassing. A lot of people have lost their jobs. Like, since Ineos got there, they've cut wages, but they gave Bruno Fernandes a new contract. I was laughing, man. Like, I was like, what the hell is happening when they gave this guy a new contract in August, mate? Like, I could not believe my eyes. They're just as useless as the Glazers. That's the only player that they gave a contract. Why do you give him a contract? He had 2 more years left. Let him run this season. Next season, either sell him more than 1 year or get somebody else, mate. Like, I'm sick and tired of watching the same player week in, week out. Like, oh my God, I can't stand the guy. Actually, it's not about a Bruno slander. It's just that I'm not loving the way the club runs, mate. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Am I the only one who sees these things? Am I the only one who sees these things? I'm not trying to act smarter than anybody else, but am I the only one who sees this? Like, looking at Rashford for the past years. Like, hasn't anybody been seeing this? Like, this club, man, we're shambles. I wouldn't be surprised if we win. But yeah, we are just so good at overhyping people. We can start with the goalkeeper. The hair needed replacing. I won't be a hindsight merchant and say that, why did we buy Onana? It doesn't mean that if Onana doesn't work, selling the hair was not right. The hair needed to leave. We bought Onana, but he's rubbish as well. He is. I'm more surprised that he was doing well than not. Like, he has that bozo moments in him. Like, I'm more shocked if Onana doesn't do a mistake in 3 games than I am when he does. Like, who's to say today he won't score for Wolves again? Like, or he just comes for the ball and punch the people. Like, Onana, my God. Then let's get to center defense. Lisandro Martinez, guys, like, yeah, man, the guy is poor, mate. The butcher my foot, fam. Like, maybe Arteta could have done something with him. You'd have played him left back inverted. But for us, mate, nah, mate. We need a big man, fam. Like I said, we need big boys now. Get big bamba clad man, fam. Yeah, some people who can dominate the ball, people who can score from set pieces. I know that we don't score because the set piece taker hasn't beaten his first man in the past 5 years. Every time we get 10 corners a game, we give them to Bruno. What does he do? He can't beat the first man. So us, when we play, we always concede set pieces, and every time we get a corner, we might just well give them the goal kick. Honestly, we might just well do that. Martinez, he did a good pass to Ahmad, but if we are gonna go places, nah, mate, we need to replace the guy, fam. I can't lie. Then midfield, Kobe. I was also guilty of it. We overhype these kids, mate. I say it sometimes. Like, don't play these kids week in, week out. As soon as United, we get a youngster, we thirst for that. Kobe's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Now he hasn't been playing well the whole season, mate. I know he's been injured, but he hasn't. The legs aren't there. Garnacho, not good enough, mate. I'm not just saying it now. Not good enough. If we didn't know that's Alejandro Garnacho and he went to Spain, where would he play? He thinks he's a Real Madrid level. Just because his idol is CR7, he thinks he's CR7. The guy should be playing for Leganes. Just like Abu Facundo Pelestri. Like, take these guys to Leganes, mate. Let's see if they can cut it off there. Get a season there. That's how back we are. Our forwards are Rashford, he's dead. Garnacho, he also runs with his head down. He loses the ball. Like, he doesn't know what he's gonna do at the best of times. We got Anthony, 90 million. Whoever sanctioned that should be like his head should be on the spike. Rob Stark settings, yeah. He should be on the spike, fam. Whoever bought Anthony DeSantis for 90 million. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. Then who else? Okay, Ahmad, he's doing well. And now you know how our fan base is. Ahmad is the greatest thing since sliced bread. After 4 months, he'll also be gone. Rinse and repeat, mate. He doesn't have a contract. Who's to say he's playing for a contract? Like, we are just dead, man. We need new players. And we say this season after season after season, and yet we spend over 200 million. Yet we need to replace. If you ask me how many players need to stay in the squad, I would possibly I'll keep Euro because I haven't seen him. We're gonna play him to the ground and he'll be shit by next year. We know that for a fact. I would keep Mazraoui. To be fair, 12 million, he's played so well, but past 2 games he's been awful, especially against Spurs. I could not believe my eyes. I've given him the praise he deserves. Who else will I keep in defense? Possibly De Ligt. Just about. Dalo, he's been bad. He's been bad. But for me, he's played so much football, man. I don't think there's a player who's played as many minutes as Dalo has for United. Like, he basically played every game last season and this season. I just think we've overplayed him. But as a wing back, maybe we need another wing back. In midfield, I'll possibly keep Ugarte, but he should be a squad player. Kobe Mino, I don't know. Garnacho, no. Rashford, no. Zexi, no. Hoyland, no. You see, we need a whole new team. But what I don't want us to do is to do what we did with Ten Hag. I don't want us to go to Sporting again, try to make Sporting Man United, while they were playing Paco Ferreira there at Portugal, just like Ajax were playing Hervenin or Go Ahead Eagles. Like, it doesn't make any sense. We need to buy quality. But maybe it's an overreaction after losing to Bournemouth, because you're trying to invest your time in Man United. You invest your 90 minutes, you invest your money by buying shirts, you invest your emotions, and this is how they repay you. The only thing they know is to run onto social media after beating City and just taking banter. The next week, back to normal. It is what it is. Predictions, 3-0 Wolves. Then last game of the day, Liverpool, Leicester. There's no need to go through this. This is going to be, how many do you want? Demolition derby. Hopefully Salah plays. If he plays, I bet he scores a hat-trick. Jota plays, hopefully. Yeah, man, I'm going to say 6-7 Liverpool. Honestly, I'm not just saying, I think 7-0. Honestly, I can see this being an over 18 explicit pretty quickly. Then tomorrow, at least we have some Friday night fixture. You see Brighton versus Brentford. Seagulls, I've said since the start of the season, I haven't been impressed by them, but they've actually done well. As soon as I give them praise, they prove what I was saying. So I don't know which one is which. Should I stick by saying that Brighton are not good or what? But Brentford as well, especially away from home. This just looks like a cagey match waiting to happen. So I'm just going to quickly predict this as well and say 1-1. Then Arsenal, Ipswich. Yeah, this lot without SAKA, it's going to be peak for them. These ones as well. They're like our fan base, these ones. They think like, hey, Arsenal. Said, Sheba the Arsenal. Said Peace FC. Prime Stoke. I've been calling Arteta Palier Pulias for the past 2 years because he is set piece merchant, fam. We'll see when Saka's gone now. Saka's gone, just like Odegaard was gone. Gone now. You overplayed the kid, mate. Like, I don't understand. This injury was a long time coming, mate. You played him in the Carabao Cup, mate. Like, I allow it. These were the same Arsenal fans that were telling us, why are you celebrating Carabao Cup? Now they are in the semi-finals. Arteta's telling us that he's won 3 trophies at Arsenal. He's counting shields, mate. He's counting shields. He didn't even deserve to be in any of those shields because he didn't win anything. He was there by default because City won the double both times. So he's telling us that he's won 3 trophies. So yeah, it's going to get peak for him as well because it's embarrassing for them. City are not nowhere near, and now Liverpool are running away with it. Yeah, it's gonna get rough pretty quickly. I expect them to win tomorrow comprehensively against Brentford as well. But yeah, the fixtures are gonna come. I fancy our chances in the FA Cup without SAKA. Honestly, he's their best player. People think that Odegaard was a big miss. SAKA, set pieces, they're so good. Okay, they'll still have Rice at one side. But SAKA could bring attention there. People used to double up on him. Martinelli is just another Rashford. Head down, maybe playing on the right side is better. At least now he has to run to the wing and cross it, rather than always running with your head down and not knowing. But we'll see. So I'll say 4-0 Arsenal, or let me say actually 2-0. 2-0 to the Arsenal. But yeah, it's peak for this man as well. Yeah, that's it, guys. I just wanted to also rant a bit, mate. Like, you can't rant with your missus about this stuff. So I can just come here and sit down, grab one, talk about football. Yeah. Maybe since I'm just chilled at home, I might actually stream again tomorrow just to go through today's fixtures, or maybe Saturday to have a look back before my wild card, because I'm going to be activating a wild card as soon as the game gets back up. I think it's still locked for now. Is it? No, it's back up. Ladies and gentlemen, I can refresh actually. I can actually refresh, and I can actually play my wild card while you guys are looking. The fixtures are out. Okay. Yeah, let me activate my wild card, ladies and gentlemen, before I forget. Let me activate my wild card. As net, I have a lot of players tied, like prices, if you know what I mean. Like, I can't just sell them just in case I don't want to sell them on wildcard, but I can buy Aina here, right? And just where is play wildcard? Hey, how do you activate wildcard, guys? I've been playing this game for so long, but why aren't I seeing the activate wildcard? Oh, play wildcard. You see, the second wildcard will be available after Sunday. So I only have one chance to play this wildcard. Play chip. Okay. I just need to make a few transfers. I'll just bring in Jordan Pickford. I won't look at the team now. I just want to activate it, because I don't want to make transfers before today's games, just in case these players do well and I want to keep them, So let's say make, confirm and play wildcard. Yes. Wildcard is activated, ladies and gentlemen. Wildcard is active. Oh yeah. You'll have to see it. Like, at least now I have, what's this? There's 19 game weeks left. I have 2 wildcards. In essence, this is the furthest I've ever played a wildcard. I have 2 wildcards left. We have the assistant manager chip, which we haven't actually touched on. Guys, there's a new chip called the assistant manager chip, which will come in Gameweek 24, right? Whereby there's a lot of permutations, but for me to put it in short, you can buy a manager from a club like Ruben Amorim or Arne Slot. They'll be priced between 0.5, 1 million, and 1.5. The managers do not rise and drop in price just like the players, right? And you get points for the certain team winning, scoring goals, and I think it's 2 points for clean sheet, right? And also, if you have a manager who is 5 positions below the team they're playing, you can get as many as 10 points. Let's say you pick Ruben Amorim, right? And we are 13th, right? And we play Bournemouth. Okay, we lost to them, but they're 6th. And you select Ruben Amorim, who's possibly 1 million, right? And the budget you need to use within the 100 million that's allocated. We won't get extra cash for that. So you must also have the money in the bank. So my strategy of not buying players quickly, I've lost a lot of money, but hopefully the wildcard will grant me more money. So make sure that if you think you're going to want a manager from a certain team, don't have 3 players on that, because also you can only have 3 picks per team as well. So for me, if I have Van Dijk, Salah, and Jota, Arne Slot does not count for me. But we can discuss that closer to game week 24. As I've said, this is my first chip I've played. I still have the bench boost. Triple captain, I think I'm going to play in game week 24 on Mo Salah when the rearranged fixture against Everton is made. I think that's where I'm going to play it. And assistant manager chip, I think, yeah, it's gonna turn a whole lot of things. I'm happy that it's there. It's gonna make us think. It's not gonna make us pick the same players. Just like the SAKA injury has killed everything. It's easier for people now to get Isak and Trent Alexander-Arnold. You see, like sometimes those things they don't freshen up the template. I would have liked for SAKA to be injured, to be playing, because I would have actually not backed him on my wildcard. But that's a story of another day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching my stream. Thank you. Hopefully you've had a fabulous festive period with your family and loved ones. It's still not over, guys. Still not over. You can watch some soccer or go enjoy with your loved ones and everything. Yeah. If I haven't even asked today, if you enjoyed, just like my video, fam, it helps. I don't know, they say it helps with algorithm, but yeah, it helps. Tell your friend that I got a YouTube channel and I'm still going on with it. I'll quickly go through the top 5 of the top manager. This is the league with my friends and my friends' friends. Some of them I don't know who these are, but you love to see it. Suhail Mohammed is number 2 there. His team, let's see, this week. Yeah, I don't want to judge people's teams, but this one does not look good this week. But famous last words will probably get 100 points now. But when you have likes of Wout Faes, Mazraoui, Flecken, Souček, nah, mate. You see, this is what Haaland does to a team. This is what Haaland does. He kills the structure. He doesn't have the likes of Isak, Yeah, we'll see. That's why he's number 2 here. He'll probably beat my score. Ryan Pauly is a Liverpool fan. He probably has 3 Liverpool players. Of course he does. Salah captain as always. Luis Diaz, Kakpo, Havertz, good pick. Martinelli, Mbumo, Madison. Okay, this looks like a good team on paper. It looks like a good team on paper. Then you got man like Kulu. Is it Kulu? Box FC. At least he has Variol and Lewis. If they keep a clean sheet, he's laughing. Lewis Hall, good pick. Kerkesh, good pick. Bruno, good pick. This is fantasy related, obviously. He's on set pieces. He takes penalty. He's a good pick. I might buy him in the future because he always play. But as a footballer, for me, get this guy out, mate. I don't think he even starts for Wolves, mate. I genuinely don't think he starts for Wolves. If his name was not Bruno, if you can just cover him up on his face and say, go play for Wolves, he wouldn't get in ahead of Mario Lamina, João Gomez in the midfield, and Mateus Cunha. He wouldn't get in. Definitely not. I like the differential. Captaining Son. I don't know about that, mate. I don't know about that. And having Cunha on the bench, I don't know about that. I would bench one of the defenders. I'll never play a defender ahead of an attacker like Cunha, man. Like, I don't think that's a good pick. As well as benching Raya. But who am I? We played different. Then Killer, Cabello Kumalo is doing well this year, to be fair. Yeah, he's always doing bad every season, but this year he's actually doing well. Let's see his team. Sanchez. Okay, he sold Onana for Sanchez. It looks like that. Gabriel, Kekesh, Hall, Palmer, Kulusevski. Okay, he brought in Kulusevski. He brought in Isak as well. So I think he's let's see who did he sell? Because he had Onana. Okay, he sold SAKA as well for Kulusevski. And he sold Wood for Isak. Okay, good team. Yeah, but I don't know about this Solanke pick, mate. I don't know about it, but who am I? That's his team as well. Let's check Spooky. Like, why are you playing Dennis from? Or maybe he has a goalkeeper playing. Okay, Pickford will come in. Then Aina, I don't think this is a good week for him. It is. They're playing Spurs. I thought they were playing. Yeah, no, they're playing Spurs. Dragusin, Hoysen, Rice. I don't like picking defensive midfielders, mate. I don't care how many goals they score. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's it from me. If I left out anything, we shall discuss on the next one. Let's just enjoy the games and let's enjoy some Boxing Day. I used to love some test match cricket, mate. I don't watch cricket anymore since my favorite players have retired, mate. Since my favorite players have retired. Okay, I can see that I'm actually getting chats from Safa Elimo. Says hi, brother. Hi as well. Hi. Let me reply to the chat. Nice to have some decent new faces. Joyce Brooklyn, holla guys, big up. Please like my video. Yeah, just in case you want to know when I'm gonna go live again. Hopefully, if you have any questions, you can drop on the chat, guys. Feel free. Any dilemmas, I will give you my opinion. It's just an opinion. I'm a fan trying to speak. Sometimes I will say things that are controversial, but we can't please everyone by saying what they want to hear, right? Yes, it is what it is. Thank you very much. I know this stream took longer than it should, but yeah, I guess we chilled. Okay, thanks. Peace.